Good afternoon and welcome to the Policy Subcommittee for Friday, February 25th. If everyone could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for attending. I have a short comment that I'd just like to read that maybe will help clarify some stuff. So I'm proposing the following draft with changes to our current mask policy to the Policy Subcommittee. If accepted by the Policy Subcommittee, the school committee could retire the COVID-19 vaccination policy and remove all references to masks in the visitor policy, the employee dress code policy, and the student dress code policy. The draft policy will be presented to the school committee at a special meeting today at 4:30. There will not be a vote today. It'll just be a discussion. This draft mask policy uses the Rhode Island Department of Health's recommendation to schools for implementation of strategies to mitigate COVID-19 based on the state's 7-day statewide transmission. Rhode Island Department of Health is recommending that when the statewide transmission of COVID-19 is 50 or above per 100,000, then a universal mask mandate should be in place. When the statewide transmission of COVID-19 is fewer than 50 per 100,000, then masks would be optional for students and staff. This data is available on the Rhode Island Department of Health website as total new cases per 100,000 persons for the last 7 days. This Rhode Island Department of Health metric using state data provides us with the ability to use sound mitigation strategies for well-informed public health outcomes for our students, staff, and community. It appears that the statewide transmission has been dropping very quickly. At this rate, I would expect that our school will be mask optional within a couple weeks. This would be great news. It would mean that our school community would be safer and families could choose their own mask option. Please continue to be patient. It appears we are very close to being mask optional. This is potentially great news for all of us in this community. So first on our policy is our mask policy. Hannah, I asked Mariah to send you a draft earlier. Were you able to take a peek at that?
Yep, and I have it up right now as well.
Okay. I will, or Mariah, can you pull that up? Okay. So the green is the proposed new wording and the red is words that we can eliminate. Hannah, do you have any concerns, questions, suggestions?
I guess my question would be for Superintendent Mitchell, like, is this something that you think is easily implemented at the school level? As far as testing and checking these types of documents?
Yes, I mean, this, we've definitely spent the good part of the past week, the chair and I and people that we consult, discussing different data points, discussing different ways to move beyond some of the structures that we've had in place to keep us as safest school as we can be. And I do think this is absolutely manageable, doable. Because it generally refers to during the school day, Hannah, the piece regarding the negative COVID tests and so forth. And beyond the school day, the mandate, the vaccination mandate would not be in place.
Yeah, I agree with this new language. I think that this was the goal from the beginning, was to get to this point, and I'm happy that we can do it safely and with a data marker, so we have a real number to look at and make these decisions on. So thank you for your work on this, Polly and Superintendent and everyone else who was involved.
Would it be wise for us to include something about how people will present this information? I feel like we had gone over this before in previous policies. And I can't remember where we landed. Was it just part of the office protocol and that was good enough?
Yeah, I mean, the front office has managed our mitigation layers very well. Obviously, the vaccination mandate they have for the past, it seems like it's been in place forever, but it's only been in place since December. But they've really managed it well. They've managed it also beyond the school day, which, you know, we're removing that, you know, for our competitive basketball program this winter. They managed proof of vaccination for that. So they will definitely be able to manage during the school day proof of a negative COVID test, et cetera.
Okay. This does include school-sponsored events. So, but unvaccinated people or people who wish not to show their vaccination card can either produce a test or be tested.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, just like with, I know, just like with, hold on, Sean Clough is trying to get through everybody.
Okay.
Has anyone else received? Yeah, I've received a couple of texts. I'm sorry if I seem distracted. Let me just tell him that, Mariah, will you let him in?
I don't see him in the audience here.
Thank you.
We don't see him in the audience.
Thank you so much. He's trying to get in. Give me one. Could someone resend him the link via email?
Sure.
Sorry, members of the public. Oh, yes, he's on his personal email. So I'm going to just get off of this for a bit.
All right. So Hannah, if you are good with this wording, I guess we should just wait in case Sean has anything he wants to add, although he has been, he's been given this draft. So
Yeah, I'm just looking at I'm just getting into board docs because I think what I got this morning is just slightly different from.
So it could be. There were a few instances where the state transmission wasn't defined by COVID-19. There were a few things, as I read over a few more times, that I thought should be just a little clearer, a little more specific.
Yeah, no, I agree with this newest draft then. Definitely. I think that clears a lot of that language up.
Right. We also we added the information about the superintendent will assure that the families are aware, and that'll be up to her to determine how to do that. And let everyone know how she's gonna get that information to them.
This might be a question for Sean, but could we even link that type of information in this policy at the end? Like, I know we link other types of resources and
Like link the
CDC,
Rhode Island Department of Health.
yeah, RIDO, Department of Health information. Or even
If
just,
I may, Chair, that's very easy to link. Yep. Yep,
Okay,
that's pretty easy to link. The COVID data portal is what we, Polly and I are always on there looking at case rates for the average case rate over previous 7 days. And so it's very easy to link to from here, and I'll get you that link. I can get you
think-
that link.
I think
in
Mariah
a few
even
minutes,
has it,
actually.
yeah.
Would you like me to pull it up?
Awesome.
I'm sure if that's easy enough.
Did we bring Sean in yet? Is Sean in? I don't know. I gave Sean all the information. He should be, Attorney Clough should be coming in any minute.
Don't see him yet. I'm sure he's on his way.
Superintendent, do you know, have you heard anything else at the state level about the mandate on federal transportation yet? Is that still March 14th?
That's still in place. Kids, kids must continue to wear their masks on school buses
Okay.
until we hear otherwise.
Mhm.
And like I said before, it's because they're narrow and shallow. And
Sean
there it is. That is the portal.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good. He's good.
hi, Sean, how are you?
I'm doing well. Sorry I'm late. Struggling with technology today.
All right, that's okay. I presented the draft policy, which I know John has seen. I believe you have too, has been sent to you.
Yep.
So,
There were several sent to me, so I don't know which one you're referring to.
it is well, I guess maybe it might not be the most recent, but are you able to send him the most recent one? Okay, thank you. Mariah will send you the most recent one.
Okay.
That had some minor tweaks, mostly around identifying the state's transmission as a COVID-19 state transmission.
Yeah, okay.
But Hannah just asked if we could link the Rhode Island Department of Health COVID data portal to the policy, if that's an okay thing to do.
From a legal perspective, it's fine. You're just referencing a website in which you really have no control. We typically reference other policies, comfortable with providing a hyperlink to that because we know where it's going. Here, you'll be pointing to a third party, which the data will change, but we've been referencing CDC guidelines all along. So I really don't see that as a problem.
Okay.
Or if not, that link to the portal we were just looking at, the guidance that came from RIDO, was that a PDF document that?
No, that was their website. That was their data portal.
But no, the thing we got that was sent to schools last Friday that we were just, that was a whole thing on their portal.
Right.
Oh,
That,
okay.
no, I know what you mean, the metric graph.
Yeah.
You want to reference that in here?
I'm asking if it makes sense to just to show, I guess, the proof of where we're getting this data from. But if Sean thinks that I guess it's easily findable and the superintendent is going to email it out weekly. So it's not necessary.
Okay. So have you had a chance to catch up, Sean? You can say no.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So if everybody's good with that, then we can present this at the school committee meeting, the special school committee meeting, which is going to be at 4:30. And with this proposed mask policy in place, sorry, I have too many papers here. The other policies that are on the agenda are the employee dress code policy, the student dress code policy, and the visitor policy. Those three policies have mask referencing in them, but Attorney Anderson recommended that we just go back to the original state of those policies before we had mask wording in it, remove the mask wording, and everything would just, everybody would just refer to the mask policy. That would clean up those, and our wording would be all in one place and clear. And then also with this draft, the wording in the draft, we could retire the COVID-19 vaccination requirement policy, because this also has wording in here about vaccinated, unvaccinated, negative tests. All that is covered within this new wording. Everyone on agreement with that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, terrific. That is super. So we have about 10 minutes left of this meeting before we go to the special school committee meeting with the school committee present. We do have public input on the agenda. I would urge people, unless you can't make the 4:30 meeting, to hold your comments till the school committee meeting, where your voices will be heard by the whole committee. It's only 10 minutes away, and I assume everybody wants to be heard by the whole committee. That would make more sense to me. But if anyone wants to be heard immediately, we'll allow a few people to speak. Now, we'll give you 3 minutes. You need to give your name and address. And I would just like to remind everybody that this is a recorded public meeting, and you're giving your name and address. And sometimes parents like to share a little information about their kids. But I want to remind you that there's often press on here and the news outlets. So maybe just be mindful of how much information you give about your family. All right, Jonathan.
Hand up, Stephanie Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
You should be able to unmute yourself if you can state your name and address, please.
Hi, Stephanie Kavanaugh, 63 Old Stone Church Road. Do you guys have that memorized yet? So I just wanted to first off, thank you guys for squeezing in this meeting. I know everybody's schedules are really tight, and I appreciate you recognizing how time sensitive it is. I did just want to bring to your attention, because of the timing of it, at 3 p.m. the CDC did have a press conference at which they dropped a recommendation for universal school masking, and recommended masking only in communities at high level of risk, not at the state level. So I wasn't sure if, because historically you guys have gone with CDC guidelines, where Little Compton is a low transmission area as compared to the rest of the state, and we are in our own little special Little Compton bubble, just if you wanted to reference CDC over Rideau.
Thank you. I did get to quickly peek at that. Not that I could reference much about it, but I did see that they were using the per 100,000 residents kind of metric. So we're lining up with part of it, if not all of it. but I didn't dive into it, so that wouldn't be fair. All right, so if no one else has any comments now, and is gonna hold off till 4:30, I would take a motion to approve the February 18th minutes of the policy subcommittee.
So moved.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
You want to do roll call? I don't know how long we have to do roll call, but
Holly Allen,
aye.
Ken Ayers,
Aye.
And I would consider a vote to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second. Vote by roll call.
Holly Allen,
Aye.
Ken Ayers.
Aye.
All right, we'll be back here at 4:30. Thank you.